Close your eyes, feel the sound. Brindle speaks the world unwound. Guiding light, the path is found. Brindle's vision, hear the call. Messages rise, they break the wall. Hope in the echoes, hope for
Welcome, everyone, to Brindle's Vision. Happy Monday. I hope you had a restful weekend and you are ready for some pretty intense messages tonight. I mean, it's a Monday ending in day, right? Tonight I pulled from the Vision Quest Tarot, a lot of people's favorite deck because it's kind of to the point most of the time. Yeah. We're going to start it off tonight with the Five of Fire. First thing I heard with this card, if you're not feeling yourself, put the phone down. Stop the scroll. You're letting in too much of other people's shit into your emotions and energies. One danger, as we talked about last week, of too much scroll time can be that your emotions and mental health can be directly affected if you're taking too much in. But for everyone, there's a lot going on right now. Even though it's summer break for many parents, that doesn't mean there's less to do. Trying to juggle a little too much and wearing out from trying to carry it all. If you're experiencing mood swings, lethargy, combative responsive towards others, you might want to take a step back. And before you argue, yes, you can. Even small steps can have large impacts if approached the right way. Watch for deflection, too, if you're having an argument inside that doesn't directly involve someone else. Reflect before reacting. And then we have Mother of Fire in the reverse, to remind you that you matter more than you realize. You inspire more than you will see. What you have within you is something to be shared. Others need it, and it will fill you up inside if you get to share it. But if the fire is burning too high and fueled with rejection, burnout, resentment, anger, bitterness, and more, well, there could be a bit of explosion if you're requiring validation for all you do. Doing the work to release this, setting your boundaries, improving your life not only makes an impact within you, but can also inspire it in someone else. And remember that appearances are not always what they seem. Those who ghosted you may have been inspired by you to begin their own journeys of self-realization. That's something that's tough to swallow, isn't it? How often, when you're upset because someone ghosted you, are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt? Can you? Should you? That's a tough question, isn't it? But if you think about it, if you give yourself the opportunity to redirect, reframe, it won't sting as much. Next up, we have the small medicine wheel in reverse. In previous seasons, you've been given lessons, and some of them are finally understood, or at least recognized for what they were. And now you can truly begin to move forward. Recognizing that a cycle is over is one of the largest tools that can be used. It's done. It's over. Not now. Then. Doesn't have to affect now. The more you dive into who you are, the more you realize that the superficial values you once had no longer work. Don't have to be held on to. No space has to be made to handle them. You can use your heightened consciousness to move you forward instead of feeling consistently held back. Something that has never happened when I am doing a reading pulling cards is for these two to be back to back because Big Medicine Wheel in reverse is up next. Something big is about to shift, and you'll be having an opportunity to use everything you learned through the small medicine wheel. It may test you to see if you truly meant what it was that you wanted. So be ready for some pitfalls and aggravations along the way. But know that they will be necessary building blocks as you branch out from who you used to think you were. Becoming isn't easy. It takes dedicated work and a drive that can't be fueled by someone else. It has to come from you, and you are at the helm of where it goes. No one else. If you've already begun a new journey, you're getting there. Don't forget to enjoy the ride. Even when the car hits the rumble strips in the middle, those are just there to keep you awake. And don't forget to kiss the rain. Whew. All right. Next, we got Father of Water. Now, at its most basic, trust your instincts, trust yourself, trust what you know. For some reason, and this was the most bizarre thing, and I have no explanation for it, but while I was getting this ready, the word hyperbolic came to mind. I don't know. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but stop it. That's it. Bizarre. Be gentle with you. There is a kindness and compassion that you need to show yourself as you're going through life right now. Things may not be as you imagined, but the question is whether or not they're how they need to be in the stage of the game. That's something you can figure out if you stop shoulding all over yourself for not doing the things you've convinced yourself that you have to do. Be gentle, damn it. Ain't that something? Then we have torment reversed. I'd say this is a perfect follow-up to Father of Water because you are the one that torments you the most. The inner voices that won't shut up, the constant put-downs and letdowns aren't from others directly most of the time. They are from the voices that remain and are relentless when you're trying to make changes. The whispers that tell you you aren't good enough, can't get to where you want to go, can't be who you want to be. Life has changed for many, and in that change, it has taken away potential for what you wanted or hoped to be. And that's the holdup from the big medicine wheel being upright. You're so close. If only you'd get out of your own way. And yes, hyperbolic. I don't know why. Somebody does. Somebody who heard that knows why. That word literally flew into my mind as I was getting that card ready. No explanation. I usually don't have one. But if the messages don't hit, they don't hit. If they resonate, take what you own. In the end, that's all that matters. Okay, final card of the night, and I'm gonna do what I don't normally do with these cards, at least in the collectives, and I'm gonna read you what the author wrote because you need to hear it. Okay, and it's the clown in reverse. Most Native American ceremonial rituals reserve a place of honor for the clown, a dancer who mocks others behind their backs in a sweetly hilarious way. The tail of a coyote may be fastened to his hind side so he can provocatively swish it in front of everyone else's nose. He fools around with his mask, hops around other dancers, pulls their hair, and imitates their movements. A raucous sense of humor, a sparkling lightheartedness is considered an essential element in these holy invocations. With his irreverent, unself-conscious ways, the clown makes everyone aware of the need to continuously find a balance between the two extremes every energy comes along with. If we maintain a seriousness that excludes all silliness, we tend to become fanatical. If we neglect to concentrate long or precisely enough, projects don't get the attention they need for further development. So simply enjoy everything that comes along without hankering for a tomorrow that might bring you bigger and better. Rediscover the playfully creative element inside you. You don't need to possess what makes your heart sing. Return to the childlike delight of experiencing without holding, the tasting that knows no clinging. Drop all your mental fixations stemming from insecurity. Let the exuberance of the clown spill over into your daily life and wash away your self created limitations. Moreover, learn to laugh at yourself sometimes. Start to mambo with the clown within. Recognize that the clown's humorous take on life, born from wisdom, surpasses all learnedness. Briefly put, remember the child. Remember to play. It's in there. We have so many reasons to be serious. We have so many excuses that we can make for why we have to adult. Just because we get to a certain age and maturity doesn't mean that we can't act immature sometimes. It's needed, it's necessary. It truly is. If you thought last week's message was deep, earlier today, Rev D talked about rejection, something I'm quite familiar with, and gives me the opportunity to ask you a few questions about yourself. Do you accept yourself as you are? As who you could be, despite what anyone might tell you otherwise? Do you like yourself for who you are? Or do you question that because of what other people have said to you? Do you motivate yourself for yourself, or do you motivate yourself to prove yourself to others? Is validation a bonus or a requirement? Do you see yourself through the lens of what others are doing, or do you refuse to allow comparison to steal your joy? Did you feel that? Yes, that right there. A twinge of doubt of yourself. Not speaking to everyone on this, or am I? I'm sure at some point most people have felt some kind of rejection during their lives, and it affected them. Some for a very long time, and it's a hard road to drive away from. And many come to Smule to release from the world and be themselves where they wouldn't be able to be normally. And then they might find themselves, like you did, in a radio station community, places that are supposed to be safe to express, safe to explore, safe to be. And then many find that that's not quite the case, that there are just as many rejections within those walls as there are on the outside. Side comments are made, background chatter commences. Treatment in the chat rooms change, get quieter. Even though there's the promise of that not happening, it can even get so quiet that real life begins to look like distance for another reason. You see, that's the part of rejection that people don't really pay attention to. Spiraling voices in a mind where there isn't anything to say otherwise. Stories are developed, whether right or wrong. Judgments are passed. Emotions rise. Reality isn't questioned, it's created. And then people fall silent, afraid to speak because they don't want to deal with another round of rejected judgment. Rejection is feedback if you feel any of this. This is the truth attempting to show its face. Remember also that sometimes rejection is the one thing you needed to finally begin to find yourself. Your way, not theirs. And that's one reason why this week on Phoenix Talks, Rev D and I are going to talk about the lens of comparison versus rejection that causes rejection, the comparison of expectation, and how much of it is inside actually, and how much you see yourself through the lens of others, unless you choose not to. And it's a hard choice to make, it's a hard journey to take. To remember and to say to yourself, I am not you. You are not me. I am not him, nor am I she. I won't do things the way they do. There's more to that, but you'll see that on Wednesday. Remember that. And sometimes I have to tell myself the same thing. When I tell you that I'm quite familiar with the feeling of self-rejection, it's true. But I was taught. And I suppose gratitude to those who taught me so that I could see it a different way. Okay. Stephanie, bored? Eight of Cups reverse? A little bored? Much lately? I can't for the life of me imagine why that might be, why you might feel like your life is just kind of floating along, you're bored out of your mind, don't know what to do, and all you can do is sit in the thoughts in your head. And they're going back and forth, King of Coins on the side. And, I mean, it has its good moments, it has its ouch, that hurt, why did you pull that out moments. But see, the thing is, it's teaching you something. King of Swords reversed. It's teaching you something. And the irony is that the closer you get to learning what that lesson is supposed to be and what you're supposed to be taking from this experience, yeah, shit happens. Yeah, sometimes we read into things happening a little bit too much as a lesson, as something that needed to happen, but you keep getting shown that it did. And the closer you get to learning that lesson and learning what that is, the closer you get to the answers that you need. Look at where you've just been and look at what was just discovered. And you will get back to being able to get out and about. 10 of Cups reversed. Right now, take care of you. Take care of what needs to be taken care of. Take the lessons in. Take what you need to so that you can get back. It's ironic. You end where Nami starts. Because I can just literally segue from one to the other. Why? Because she has the same beginning. Don't let it take your joy. Nami. Same card, different deck. 10 of Water, 10 of Cups, reversed. You get so close. You get so close, and then you feel like you're pushed back again. Like you every time you try and get out into the world to have some fun, to enjoy yourself, to feel like yourself, you feel like you get pushed back in. Remember this from the reading at the beginning? The more you feel like you're not part of the world, the more you won't be. The more you feel like the world is out to get you, the more it will be. Shift the mindset to get back out into. But there's a lot of rumination, Son of Water on its side. There's a lot of rumination, a lot of looking at, well, they did this to me. I can't accept this. Well, I'm accepting this, but they're not really. You're going back and forth in looking in the bowl and looking at the reflection. Who do you see? Who do you want to see? You want to see the Son of Air on its side, kinda, but this is where you're at. Defiance. Defiance. When I see the Son of Air on its side, you know what you need to do, but you don't want to do it. You want to dig your heels in and come up with reasons not to. Because that little twinge of ODD that most humans have, especially if they feel attacked. But that freedom that you have, that they have capability of, it's still there. It's just waiting for you to step into who you are, Father of Air, and claim the knowledge, claim the wisdom that's inside to be able to go and do what it is that you want to do. And not start off with explanations of, yeah, well, you got to admit, who are you trying to make believe? Yourself or them? Just ask it. Okay? Perhaps it's time for both of you, in your own individual ways, to get up. All right. Stormy. Oh, Stormy. We need to talk, girl. But you knew that. Emperor comes up for you. Who's in charge of your life? Who have you given charge to that you want to remove it from? Because the Emperor is asking you to remember who you are. Remember that you are more of a leader of your life and others than you give yourself credit for. But the unfortunate part is that the lessons that you absorb, Hierophant, some are in your favor, but many are not. And a little bit too often you listen to the stories of others before you believe the stories inside. And then you let the stories of others amplify the previous stories that you still carry, that are dimming the light, that could be showing you exactly what you need to see in order to GTFO of where you need to be. No more. But Nine of Swords reversed, you're recognizing this at the same time. See, this is what's been happening. This is what's shifting. Starting to release it, starting to say, okay, enough is enough. And feeling that movement inside. But one thing that slows you down is the Five of Cups reversed. Because you feel like somebody's always watching over your shoulder. You feel like somebody's always going to tell you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that You know, you know what I'm referring to. But is that voice real? If it is, it's time to turn around and tell it to shut the fuck up. Respectfully. Because you don't have to hold on to that. And apparently, this is a really popular card tonight because the world is on its side for you. This is the big medicine wheel. You want to go, but you feel trapped. And in some ways, you actually are, and you have been struggling to figure a way out. And it feels like every time you get an opportunity to be able to move on, move forward, you feel like you're just pulled right back in. Like there's either a visible or an invisible leash around you, almost like somebody who's on house arrest. Like you have an ankle cuff on and you can't leave your front yard. But you can go only so far, and you watch the world around you going by. Real or imagined, once are able to cut the chain, you'll be able to. And then you end up with the lovers. Now, this is the duality within for you. This is that trying to love the dark side of you, trying to show the darker side of you, love and acceptance for who you are, so that you can love all of you and not just part of you. I don't know what you've been going through, but there is one big step left. Is it the last one? No, but it's the one that is going to break all of the chains of everything that I've said and everything that you've experienced. It's that one. When you discover it, when you face it, and you claim that emperor position again over your own life, girl, things are going to get so much better for you. But it's up to you. Okay? Jonathan. Starting you off with 3 of fire, 3 of wands. I'm detecting a theme tonight. And this is why I made the comment that I did a little while ago. Do you like who you are? Do you respect who you are? Really? Fully? If you had to take a lie detector test, because this questions your integrity. If you had to take a lie detector test, I don't know why that was so difficult. Would you pass? If you were asked, do you like yourself? Do you accept yourself for who you are? Fully. No questions asked. Or are you caught up in, I can't win? Dude, you are winning in so many ways. You don't need to question it. It's all happening exactly as it needs to. It truly is. But it's hard to hear that when you're not listening. Oh, wow. Okay. You've heard the story about, and I think I've mentioned this recently, and I hope it wasn't directly at you, but I'm saying it again because Mother of Air in the reverse reminded me of this particular story. It's brief. The man who was stranded on a deserted island by himself, prayed to God to come and save him, and he knew that God was going to save him. And he was so caught up in that when a ship sent a lifeboat to get him off the island, he didn't see God doing the action to get him off the island. So he wouldn't get on the boat. Pay attention to the signs that are being given to you, because they will stop. Ace of Air reversed. Ace of Air is the Ace of Swords, and it's kind of like the hand of God coming in and trying to help you realize the changes and show you what you need to see so that you can get to where you want to go. Watch your distractions. And when you make the prayers, when you say the prayers, when you say the intentions, they're getting answered. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? I am. And in so many ways, you are responding whether you realize it or not. You are moving forward whether you realize it or not. I see it. And I know a lot of people, specifically in Rise, see it too. What are you being pushed to? What is the response to your prayers that's being given? It's up to you to figure that out. So please, believe in you. Michelle, let's get to you. So Michelle, you're starting off with the Ace of Cups in reverse. I don't know if this has just happened, is happening, or is about to happen, but it's wanting me to point towards an unexpected expense and an unexpected contractually obligated expense of some kind. I don't know why it's that specific, but it is. So I don't know if this has just occurred or if it's about to, but make sure you read the fine print. If it's already happened, read it. Read the fine print and make sure that you are understanding what it is that you are capable of withholding and upholding. Okay? And watch your mood. Because whatever this is, take a deep breath, pause, respond. Don't react. Whatever this is pointing to, all of that. Take everything that you've learned specifically since you've been watching my TikTok lives in the Risers in Flight, being a part of Rise Awakenings. Take all of that and take a deep breath. Because there's a gift waiting after if you handle it right. I know you're capable. But make sure that you're capable so that you can receive the blessing that's waiting afterwards. I don't know what any of that's pointing to. You do, or you will. Okay? Let me talk a little bit more about Founders Day. I almost forgot. How could I forget Founders Day when Rise Radio itself came to life? And that was on July 16th of 2024. And this week, we celebrate its 2-year anniversary. As soon as I find the graphic for it, there we go. Raise the Phoenix. This is our celebration / fundraiser to keep Rise Radio Networks going on Zeno.fm. We are still taking donations. We have a raffle going off for readings. $10 gets 10 minutes. or an entry for 10 minutes. $50 gets you an entry for a half hour, and 75 and up gets you an entry for a full session, which can last anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. If you subscribe at the $75 level, you will automatically get a reading. I will sign a copy of my book Untriggered. I have a couple paperback versions for the first two that do that, and I will send that out to you. Michael has said that he will go over onto Amazon, which he has posted on the event page on Facebook for Raise the Phoenix in Embers of Light. He's posted the links to two of his poetry books that he is donating all proceeds directly to Rise Radio for all the purchases that happen between now and Thursday. So there's a lot going on for Founders Day. We're really excited about it. Here's the schedule. 11 a.m. is when it kicks off with the core. We have a surprise for you. Not going to tell you what it is. Many of you already know, but that's okay. I'm not going to remind you. You'll have to tune in to find out. But that'll be at 11 a.m. and it'll be the Oracle of Rise Radio giving you a collective reading, and we promise we can't make this shit up. Then at 12:30, Amanda will be on with Mystic Mist. Now, we're going to be going back and forth between Rise Awakenings on Zeno and Rise Radio on Zeno. Now, all the video shows, they will still be available to watch right here on Twitch and YouTube. But then at 2:30, I will be coming live again with a special edition of Brindle's Vision with all original music. So anything that people have done that is their work, whether they just wrote the lyrics and ran it through an AI generator, or they wrote their lyrics, ran it through an AI generator, and then sang it, or they got their own band, which I do have a few songs of that. And another friend of mine outside of Rise has given me some of her music, which I can't wait to share with you. The Mistress is amazing. She's an up-and-coming artist as well. So that's going on at 2:30. And then around 4:30 or 5, Michael will be going live with Defining Your Character. He'll have his regular show, and then he's just going to do a drop show until he runs out of music. Or it's time for Will to go live because he's going to move Honky Tonk Heaven to Thursday night this week at 9 p.m. So that's Founders Day all day from 11 a.m. until about 10 or 11 p.m. that night. Back-to-back shows all day long. And I can't wait. And I'm so grateful and so happy that you all are here and a part of this journey and have been, and anybody else that comes in as well. I just want to remind you that the out of expense to continue the loop for Rise, to continue to have radio programming, which will include Rise radio shows. Rise Awakenings can continue on without, we don't want to, but we could. But in order to keep the loop alive and to keep Rise Radio alive, we need your help. Because it is a large out of pocket expense that unfortunately I can't do. So anything you can send will benefit the continuance of Rise Radio. It's not just to go back into my pocket. It's to help continue this that we've grown over the last 2 years. All right, final cards for the night. I got a couple of them from the Flame Phoenix Oracle. We got Fires of Enlightenment. Seek knowledge and wisdom to elevate your journey. Out of the ashes of transformation. Change is a natural part of growth. Welcome it. Makes it easier if you do, right? Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope to be going live tomorrow on Brindleizer Twitch and Facebook for the Readings and Chill with Brindle at 6 p.m. Wednesday will be The Lens on Phoenix Talks with Rev D. Then we have All of Founders Day. And I will go ahead and let everybody know that next week, Rise Awakenings will be silent as I have company coming in from out of town. So I will not be doing any shows next week, and neither will Rev D. So it will just be the Rise Radio programming next week, and then we will pick back up with all of the Awakenings shows the following week. All right. So you have an amazing, amazing rest of your night, and I will see you soon. I love you guys. Love yourselves.
Brindle's vision.
Keep going, keep glowing, keep growing. I'll see you soon.
Hear the call.